Have you ever watched something with incredible promise, only to see it crumble under the weight of misguided interference? This is the tale of a groundbreaking superhero series created by some of the most visionary minds in Hollywood, and how it became a cautionary example of what not to do. This is the history of M.A.N.T.I.S.
Science. Until a tragic mistake left him paralyzed.
I want to walk again.
Now, through an amazing new technology, he will rise again.
In the early 90s, Fox approached Sam Raimi, the man behind Spider-Man, and Sam Hamm, the screenwriter for Tim Burton's Batman, to create a superhero TV show. Their creation was M.A.N.T.I.S, a series that dared to challenge conventions with a black lead character, Dr. Miles Hawkins, played by the talented Carl Lumbly. The inception of M.A.N.T.I.S began with a bold idea, a superhero story rooted in real-world struggles and systemic issues. Sam Raimi and Sam Hamm envisioned a character who defied traditional tropes, a paralyzed scientist who uses his intellect and technology to rise above adversity. Dr. Miles Hawkins was initially portrayed as an arrogant and dismissive man, particularly toward the struggles of the less fortunate. However, his life took a dramatic turn when he is paralyzed, the result of a police officer's action. This pivotal moment transformed Hawkins, giving him a new perspective on inequality and injustice. Determined to regain his mobility and fight corruption, Hawkins developed a technologically advanced suit that not only allowed him to walk, but also gave him superhuman abilities. The suit was a marvel of science, equipped with powerful tranquilizer darts and paired with a state-of-the-art vehicle that could transform into various modes of transportation. This suit was not just a means to fight crime, but also a symbol of resilience and innovation. The pilot episode's cast was groundbreaking in its diversity, featuring Carl Lumbly as Hawkins, Gina Torres as Dr. Amy Ellis, and Bobby Hosea as Yuri Barnes, among others. Their characters were layered and multifaceted, breaking away from the stereotypes often seen in superhero media of the time. The show tackled heavy themes such as systemic racism, class disparity, and police corruption with unflinching honesty, making it a standout in the genre. The pilot's clever writing added depth and intrigue. Antoine Pike, played by Steve James, was introduced as a red herring, leading the public to believe he might be the Mantis. This misdirection was a masterstroke, emphasizing the unlikelihood of Hawkins being the hero due to his physical condition. The story's complex dynamics and emotional depth set a high bar for superhero storytelling, making the pilot a resounding success both critically and commercially. It was hailed as a trailblazer for its time, offering a fresh perspective in a genre dominated by white, male protagonists. The show's themes resonated deeply, addressing issues of systemic injustice and personal redemption. Carl Lumbly's performance was particularly lauded. His portrayal of Hawkins was both powerful and nuanced, balancing the character's internal struggles with his outward heroism. One of the pilot's standout elements was its approach to technology. The suit and the vehicle were cutting edge in their design and functionality, combining elements of science fiction with practical applications. Audiences were captivated by the way Hawkins used his intellect and technology to overcome physical limitations, creating a relatable yet aspirational hero. The pilot also excelled in its exploration of complex relationships. Yuri Barnes' struggles with his journalistic ambitions and personal life added depth to the narrative, while Amy Ellis' determination to uncover M.A.N.T.I.S' identity showcased her intelligence and resilience. The depiction of street gangs as more than one-dimensional villains, attempting to resolve conflicts diplomatically before being manipulated by corrupt officials, highlighted the show's commitment to nuance and authenticity. This ambitious storytelling was reflected in the pilot's ratings. It was a commercial success, drawing significant viewership and critical praise. The boldness of its themes and the strength of its cast suggested that M.A.N.T.I.S had the potential to redefine the superhero genre on television.
By day, he's a brilliant man of science. But when night falls, he becomes America's greatest superhero.
Who are you?
Call me the Man.
Despite the pilot's success, Fox decided to make significant changes for the series. What should have been a continuation of the pilot's groundbreaking storytelling quickly devolved into a textbook example of network interference. The first and most glaring alteration was the cast. Gina Torres, Bobby Hosea, and other key actors were replaced, leaving Carl Lumbly as the sole returning member. The network also abandoned the pilot's serious tone and thematic depth. Gone were the explorations of police corruption and systemic racism. Instead, the series leaned into generic storylines, prioritizing action and spectacle over substance. The introduction of John Stonebreak, a quirky scientist, and Taylor Savage, a cliched streetwise sidekick, further diluted the show's original vision. As the season progressed, it became increasingly clear that the show had lost its way. The plots became increasingly outlandish, featuring villains and scenarios that bordered on absurdity. The shift in tone and content alienated viewers, resulting in a steady decline in ratings. The writing grew increasingly inconsistent, with episodes varying wildly in quality and tone. By this point, it was clear that Mantis was ruined, and nothing could save the series. Behind the scenes, tensions were high. Carl Lumbly openly criticized the direction the series had taken, expressing disappointment in the network's reluctance to embrace the pilot's boldness. Gina Torres later reflected on her experience, highlighting the entertainment industry's systemic biases and the missed opportunity to create something truly groundbreaking. The frustration among the cast and crew grew. Lumbly, who had invested deeply in the character of Hawkins, found himself portraying a diluted version of the hero he had once admired. The show's creators, sidelined by the network, watched helplessly as their vision was dismantled.
In the never-ending battle against evil, the ultimate weapon has arrived. M.A.N.T.I.S, tonight at 8, 7 Central.
The series' descent reached its climax with the infamous finale. This episode encapsulated everything that had gone wrong with the series. The episode's conclusion, Hawkins' unceremonious death, felt like a betrayal to the show's remaining fans. Instead of a heroic sacrifice or a satisfying resolution, Hawkins was simply killed off, ending the series on a sour note. This finale was emblematic of the show's larger issues: a lack of respect for its audience, a disregard for its original vision, and a series of creative decisions driven by fear rather than inspiration. For those who had stuck with Mantis despite its flaws, this ending was the final straw, cementing the series as a cautionary tale of wasted potential.
Nothing. I called you. Can you help?
The failure of Mantis represented a missed opportunity to break new ground in the superhero genre, offering a unique perspective that was sorely needed. The pilot had shown what was possible when bold storytelling and diverse representation came together, but the series' compromises undermined these strengths. Despite its shortcomings, Mantis left an indelible mark. It was one of the first superhero shows to feature a black lead and tackle systemic issues head-on. While its execution faltered, its ambition inspired future creators to push boundaries and explore stories that reflected the complexities of the real world. So what went wrong with Mantis? At its core, the failure stemmed from fear of alienating audiences, fear of embracing diversity, and fear of trusting a bold vision. The network's interference turned a groundbreaking concept into a watered-down series that failed to live up to its potential. Yet the pilot stands as a testament to what could have been, a beacon of hope for what superhero stories can achieve when they dare to be different. While the series faltered, its legacy endures as both an inspiration and a cautionary tale. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more awesome content.